Good morning, boys and girls. Today for math, we are starting to talk about adding two-digit numbers. So we are looking at page 145 in your math book. For this week, I am linking the math book pages to the schedule. But starting next week, I don't think that I will be linking the math book pages to the schedule. Just because I did give everyone a math book, and I think that that gives you enough time to either contact me to make arrangements for me to get it to you, or to give you time to come into the school to pick it up. So, just a heads up that I will link the math book pages for this week, but then starting next week, we will just be using our math book, okay? Cuts down helps save trees. But plus there will be some other activities that I will assign pages for challenges, and then I will assign pages for extra help if you need it as well. So we're starting with different ways to show addition. And our challenge problem to get our minds warmed up and thinking says that before lunch, Maria reads for 38 minutes. After lunch, she reads for 45 minutes. How many total minutes does Maria read? Okay, so if you remember, we had, we used cubes, and, can you see this? I'm going to write this down here just so that way we remember. So you can write cubes. I'm not going to write out the whole thing. I'm just going to write circle numbers, underline. I'm going to write a question mark for shorthand of question. We want to box key words. We want to evaluate. I don't like the E. And then S is solve. Okay. So the E is just eliminating stuff that we don't need, and I'll show you as we go through this one. So circle numbers. Okay. I'm going to use a different color maybe that you can see. Okay. We want to circle the numbers and the units. So what that means is, what do we have? We have 38 minutes. So 38 is obviously the number. Minutes is the units. And we are given 45 minutes. Okay. Underline the question. How many total minutes does Maria read? Box in keywords. So there's a before, there's an after, but how many total? How many total tells us that we are adding, okay? And so the eliminate would be Maria reads for lunch, she reads for. That's just extra words that we don't need for our sentence. And how you would eliminate that, like if you drew a line through that, I just feel like it would make it super messy, okay? So the 38 minutes and 45 minutes and how many total is what we're looking at. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to pause the video and try solving this problem in the space below. Okay, so let's look at this. There are different ways, and I wish that we were together right now so that way we could talk about the different strategy that you used. There's little discussion boxes down here. How did you get started? The strategy I used to find the answer was, and then you tell your strategy. I love these, but with me on one side of the video and you on the other side of the video, this doesn't really get to happen. So maybe if you have a brother or a sister or a friend, if you're not at home, or an adult that you could kind of talk about the strategy that you use to solve it, that might help you. So we have 38 plus 45, okay? And we want to know how many minutes total. I'm going to do this in a way that the rest of this, no, I'm going to tell you. Okay. So, there's different ways to do this problem. I'm going to use base 10 blocks because we've been using base 10 blocks. So I'm going to draw my 3 10s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. And then my plus sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to count up my ones. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 ones. Can I have 13 ones? I can't have 13 ones. Okay. I have to regroup them and make a 10. So to show this, I'm going to bring these down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, I said 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? So this box is just so I can show you this box. Should have done this with a whiteboard because I'm going to make you so confused. How we show regrouping when we are drawing base 10 blocks is we are going to circle 10 of them. We are going to circle 10 of them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones inside of my circle. Okay? And my 10s are over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, goodness. Okay. So my ones that are grouped in a 10 is going to come over here, and I'm going to regroup it as a 10. Okay? So now I'm left with how many ones? I'm left with 3 ones. How many 10s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So our answer is 83, but 83 what? Minutes. Okay. Clear as mud, right? Don't worry. Alright, turning the page, we're looking at this page. This is just a look at page, but you need this page to figure out this page. Okay? So this is the same problem up here before lunch. Picture this is using base 10 blocks. So it would have been much easier had I drawn my picture like this. And, okay, so you have 38 minutes, right? $38 minutes, 3 10s, 8 1s equals 38. So with base 10 blocks, this is how we represent 38. Then we have 45 minutes. 4 10s and 5 1s equals 45. So this is showing 38 plus 45. which is what we had written on our other page, right? Okay. So what they did was they took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They have 13 ones all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They have 13 ones over here. So they drew each number separately with base 10 blocks, and then they combined all of them. This is what's going to make more sense for you, because I did it in a wishy-washy way. Okay? One thing that I will let you know is math is easy for some people. Some people's brains are logical thinkers and they think about numbers. My brain is abstract, so math is not something that is super easy or familiar to me. I have found ways as I've gone through school and in my adult life that I make math work for me. But it used to be a struggle. And learning this way, and I didn't learn this math until I was in college, but learning this math, it made so much more sense to me, and it made math make more sense. Particularly decimals and fractions. We are not going to get there this year, but when you do get there, hopefully you do learn this strategy just because it makes more sense. Well, I guess it makes more sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. All of this saying that sometimes my brain looks like this, and this is how I solve problems inside of my head, and it's not always the easiest. My brain doesn't always think of the easiest way first, but then I'm telling you that this makes more sense, and this is more like a logical thinking brain. Does that make sense? Okay, anyways, side story. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're starting with our ones to add, and since they have all of their ones in a nice, neat little orderly area, we're going to group the 10 of the ones that we have to regroup. So we draw a circle around them, but we want to make sure that we add them over here. So we would add another 10, and then if there's a circle around this, we're not going to count these as ones. We're only counting the ones that are left outside. Okay. We practiced regrouping, and you guys seem to have a pretty good concept of that in our class meeting. So hopefully this makes sense to you so far. So this is where they got 38 equals 30 plus 8, and oh geez, I remember doing this last year. And 45 equals 40 plus 5. So you would add 8 plus 5 is 13, and 30 plus 40 is 70. And then you have to add those two together. Or you can make a 10. Personally, I hate making a 10. It's confusing. However, I know a lot of people that use this strategy because they think that it is super easy and more simple. So if you are a person who likes to make 10, go for it. This isn't about what works for me. This is me showing you all of the strategies, but you finding what works for you. Okay? So I do want you to practice all of the strategies when we're learning about them. But ultimately, I want you to be like, oh, this one makes sense. Latch onto that one and just ride out with that one. Okay? You do not have to do the strategy that I say, oh, I like this one, I use this one. You don't have to use that one. You use the one that you like and that makes sense to you and that you find the easiest. But as long as you understand it and as long as it helps you get the right answer, right? Use that strategy. Don't use the one that I say, oh, this is the strategy that I use because it makes the most sense. You find what makes the most sense for you.